Trina Vega is a character who on the surface is annoying and a nightmare to everyone around her, and this is often just used to get an easy laugh from viewers when she does something that annoys the other characters. However, Trina is a very tragic character who we should feel immense sympathy for, and if this wasn't a Nickelodeon sitcom, I think she would be presented in a very different way. First of all, her lack of self-awareness. Now, very often, when someone is completely lacking in self-awareness, it's usually a negative aspect of their personality, as it often leads them to being selfish and not respecting people around them. However, this is not the case with Trina Vega. She dreams of performing, yet she has very little singing and dancing ability, and crucially, she does not realise it.
Think this is easy for me? 'Cause it's not.
What's not?
Being the talented one in our family. That's a lot of pressure. And
She's completely lacking in her knowledge of her own strengths and weaknesses. And rarely do the characters tell her this constructively or sensitively to her face. They laugh at her and mock her behind her back. This is including her sister, and whatever other complicated issues in Trina and Tori's relationship, Trina is on the whole very supportive of her younger sister. This lack of self-awareness in Trina's character is tragic because it prevents her from developing as a person, and it's made worse that everyone laughs at her about this fact, and rather than help her accept her shortcomings, her lack of singing ability, they make fun of her. And sure, her bad dancing and somewhat overhyped ego is annoying to the other characters, but does this really mean she deserves to be mocked continuously? Reason number 2, she will never realise her dreams. Now, this is strongly linked to her lack of self-awareness. She will never become a successful singer because she can't sing, but has no clue she can't sing. But how long will she keep going after her performing dreams, only to get nowhere, time and time again, to continuously be laughed at and mocked by her so-called friends, her family, and by the general public? She may continue a futile effort to become a famous singer, but we, the audience, and all the rest of the characters, know this will never happen. Even if she does move on, she spent a lot of her life and growing up dreaming of being a performer. So even if she realises this performing dream is never going to happen, that's still a tragedy. She's grown up dreaming of something which will never come to fruition, and whether she knows that or not, it's pretty tragic. And her lack of achievement is not to do with the amount of work she puts into her performances, with a few exceptions granted, but generally she works very hard a lot of the time, and yet still achieves nothing, especially compared to her sister, who gets everything because she's naturally very talented. Now, of course, this isn't Tori's fault, but it just makes Trina that much more tragic. She puts in so much to never get anywhere, and to never get even half of what her sister does. And to Trina's credit, she's not resentful of her sister's success, and it doesn't deter her from continuing to work hard and strive for her goals. However, we know that Trina will never realise these goals, and that her efforts are fruitless. Like in Season 4, Episode 10, Trina buys herself a trophy online to go in her room. And of course this is played off as humorous, but if you look at it in a different way, it's really quite sad and tragic. I mean, she's been working hard for years on a dream and never getting anywhere, all the while seeing her sister succeed time and time again, so she literally has to buy herself tokens of success to make herself feel better. Like, there's nothing even subtle about this, and her sister and mother don't even care about how sad this is. Number 3. This is quite an obvious point, but Trina has no friends. She spends her time trying to hang out with her younger sister's friend group, who makes no secret of the fact that they don't like her, that they find her annoying, and that she's not particularly welcome there.
Why did you invite me here?
We did.
You invited yourself.
No one likes you.
But apparently, Trina has no other options. She hangs out with her sister's group, or she hangs out alone. Now, of course, obviously, given that they are teenagers, it can be so annoying when someone you don't like is continuously trying to hang out with you and kind of barging in on your friend group. But they just do it with no sensitivity or understanding whatsoever. They're so blatant about the fact that they don't like her, when this is a girl who is crying out for some companionship and some attention. Now, of course, occasionally we do see Trina actually try and make friends with or suck up to the talented people her own age, but she's unable to connect with them because, again, just like Tori's friends, they make fun of her because she's not talented. Like, she can't connect with them because they basically just don't have anything in common. She doesn't realise she's not talented, and they make fun of her for it.
let me read some of the comments that I feel were a little bit over the top in terms of negativity. The first one says, gross. You're the worst. The worst? Really? Like, no one's ever sung worse?
Finally, what Trina represents, once we look past the comedy and the Nickelodeon sitcom setting, is really quite sad, and she deserves our utmost sympathies. Imagine having a dream and working so hard for it, tirelessly and continuously, only to have everyone laugh at you for it, and have everyone know you'll never get it. But no one will tell you this constructively or sensitively, or will try and help you grow, or improve, or discover new talents. They just mock you behind your back, time and time again. In the show, Trina is used as a comedic device to be laughed at by us, the viewers, as well as the other characters. Laughed at, not with, and it makes her really quite a tragic character who we should sympathise with.